So after leaving at 4 in the morning, we finally arrived at
Golf Port.
on our way to the resort. And that road to get here is something else. I would highly suggest finding another route because it is bonkers. It took us a total of 5 hours to do about 120 miles. Rigel's wide awake.
Hi, Myra.
Say we're gonna get on a boat. Now once you get to the parking area, it's pretty easy to find the tourist information, and the hotel or resort should have a guide for you to help you get to where you're going. Ours, his name was Joker, and he was very friendly and helped us get on board very quickly and pretty easily. Now once you're on board his boat, you can look forward to about a 45-minute ride to the resort, depending on weather conditions. The day we came out, as you can see, was very calm. The water was beautiful. We were able to make it there in right around 40 minutes, but depending on conditions, it could take longer. I'll also say the trip there is very scenic. As you can see, the shoreline is littered with rock features that are just stunning to see. Beautiful water. I'm almost certain there's an incredible amount of snorkeling and scuba diving that could be done here that is probably undiscovered as of yet. Here we are arriving at the resort, Tugawe. It's a beautiful area with multiple beaches. This just happens to be the one side that they always pick people up on. You're greeted with the front desk manager and a few people to help you with your luggage get to the check-in point. They make the check-in process pretty easy. They do make you sign an insurance waiver, and you're immediately greeted here with the restaurant and upper pool area, which is spectacular as it offers an amazing view. Now, right after check-in, they also take you upstairs to the restaurant for your free complimentary drink and snack. The restaurant does have a really big menu, lots of different options. The food is really good. Probably the best thing I had was this, their spicy crab, which is their chef's specialty. Tasty. In the upper section where we stayed, we had our own little room, which is basically like a little standalone apartment. It's really cool and situated in a beautiful part of the forest. Oh, they had the AC going for a while before we got here, so it's nice and cool. Oh, a nice, huge shower. Nice. So getting a tour of this whole area and all the beaches they have, you can't help but notice the incredible sounds of the birds here. There's no dogs and there's no chickens, but there's some really cool sounding exotic birds. Earlier, like a bright yellow and black parrot flew by me at full speed. It was really a beautiful animal, and it was right then that I realized there's no chickens and no dogs, and all you hear are the sounds of like a forest or a jungle. It's beautiful. Except for that. That's my ride coming, because it's a long way to the beach, so they're giving me a ride in a motorized golf cart. Everybody we met at the resort is super friendly and really helpful, including Jesse. This dude's awesome. If any one of you watching are a serious baller, they even have a helipad for you to land your helicopter on. Now, this first beach area that we're looking at here is sheltered on both sides by these limestone cliffs, which make the water very calm, but it's also pretty barren as far as corals and sea life go. If you're just looking to get in the water and swim and not worry about waves or a rip current, this is probably the best one to go to. As you can see here, it's also probably really good for those Instagram pictures. I'll also say the resort does offer free kayak use. And as you can see here, the resort kind of sits on top of this huge hill that overlooks several beaches that are very shallow and have some beautiful reefs. So getting on a kayak and kind of exploring and going from beach to beach would be really easy and probably quite scenic, very relaxing and beautiful. After that beach visit, Jesse took me to the uppermost viewpoint of this resort, which is where the lighthouse is. As you can see Mount Mayon in the background, it's a really nice view. Now, on the list of things to do at this resort, they offer a lunch getaway up here at this viewpoint near the lighthouse. I did not do this, but I could see how having lunch way up here with these views looking all around, man, what a way to spend a couple bucks on lunch. Now from the lighthouse, you take this path down to the beach below. Now this beach is shared with the barangay nearby, where actually quite a few of the workers from the resort live. And this beach slash cove is partly muddy at the very start, but once you get past it, as you can see, the rocky features are quite beautiful, and there's even a few small sandy beaches that you can have all to yourself. Are you tired, baby? Mm-hmm. So we went down to the beach and I wanted to show like the difference between staying lakeside versus on the top side where we are. And this is where we came from. All the way down there is where the lake and the beach are, and the other pool along with the other rooms. And you have to make your way up all these stairs up to the top, way up there. That's where the food is. That's where the restaurant is. So I think staying up here is a much more viable option than having to come all the way up and down these stairs every time you want to eat. They do offer room service, and they will bring you food to your room, but they charge, I think, an extra 10% to bring you your food. Now the lakeside part of this resort is also quite beautiful, but from my understanding, this is also where, when filming is being done for Survivor, these are the rooms that they use for the show. So sometimes they are not available. When we went, Survivor France was being filmed, and none of these rooms were open. We did make our way down to the Lakeside beach area, and we did see a few of the members from the show. There was a short period of time where one day we were not allowed to go down to the Lakeside area because it was being used for filming. Here's a look at the excursions or adventures that you can do while at the resort. What they offer is really cool. They even give you a guide. This is my guide, who went with me on my trips around the area. Okay, tell me again the name of the island.
This is Tugawe Island.
Pitugu?
Island.
Okay. As you can see here, the area is surrounded by natural beauty. This, our first stop on my boat tour, was a great area for snorkeling. There was an abundance of coral and small fish. I would not say it's a world-class snorkeling or even good scuba diving, but it's really pretty. The water is super clear, and it's definitely worth going. Snorkeling here is really easy. There's almost no current, and the water depth is very easily managed by anyone in the water. If you want to stay in 5 feet of water, you can. If you want to go deeper, all the way to like 25 feet, you can hang out there and not worry about the current pulling you away. What is the name of the island again?
This is Matukal Island.
Okay, and they're filming Survivor here.
Yes.
Okay, and we just came from that. So we could see that. This, the Hidden Lagoon, is a special place. It's really pretty, very scenic. I will say the hike in or the climb in is not for the faint at heart. It is a serious little climb. Now, once here, while filming, I didn't notice these huge fish that were in the lagoon. I can only guess that at super high tide, there is some kind of inlet that allows water in and out, and that's how these big fish got in here. Once you get around and outside the lagoon, there's no shortage of beauty either. The surrounding area is just incredible looking. I will also mention that while we were here, the crew for Survivor France was building some kind of structure for an event, filming for the show. I had never seen that before. It looked like a massive undertaking, and the thing they were building was really big. I'll also say that the island we were trying to go to just before we came here, we were actually told we could not go because they were currently filming for Survivor on that island. Incredible little place, all to myself. The smallest white sand beach I think I've ever seen, but incredible looking, surrounded by these cliffs. Beautiful. After leaving the area where the Lost Lagoon was, we then traveled to this island, which was stunning from the air. I was told to go snorkeling here, and I did. The water is very beautiful, it's very clean, but again, it's good snorkeling, but I would not say it's world class. Definitely worth coming and getting in the water for, but don't expect to see like huge schools of fish and amazing corals. Just a good swim.
We're here in small Katanhaw.
And what was the island we were just at before here?
Big Katanhaw.
Okay. And what do we do here?
Just taking picture and swimming.
Taking pictures and swimming. All right, sounds good. As you can see from the drone footage, this is one of the best places to take pictures for Instagram in the Philippines. It's incredible. The water, the rock features, the way it interacts with these sand beaches, and then the coral, the color of the water, how it changes. It is stunning. The best part about these tours is that they kind of run on your clock, given that you have the whole day. So if you want to hang out and take pictures all day in areas like this, you can. Or if you want to just take one picture and then move on to the next island and try and get back to the resort as soon as possible, you can do that too. Now, one of my last days at the resort, I had it in my mind that I wanted to swim around this finger-like part of the island that sticks out from one cove to the other. I did it without fins. All I had was my GoPro and a snorkel. It was quite easy, quite beautiful. This is the point where you swim around, and these rocky features here, along with this sheer cliff drop off from the coral below, is really pretty and quite spectacular. I actually swam through this little rocky channel here, and man, it's beautiful. There's fish under the rocks, there's starfish clinging to the rocks, there's all kinds of different colors to see here. An incredible swim. Not something I would try if you're not a very good swimmer, but I had a good time for sure. Definitely want to go back and explore some more. When I go back, I definitely want to free dive down to this hole and see if it's a cave and if there's actually a way out underneath. It looked amazing. Here are some of my favorite photos from the trip. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I've inspired you to come visit CARAMOAN. It's a beautiful place.